Hey guys, Shark from the future here. Just gonna apologize again. We were unable to include the gameplay footage that we promised in this video. I had it edited and everything, and then it just couldn't export. So unfortunately, that's how it's gonna have to be. We did play Portal. It was great, and hopefully we will get a chance to show that to you again. Maybe one day once we get better equipment or better editing software, whatever. But for now, it's going to be I guess, a gameplayless podcast thing. Probably the future videos are going to be without gameplay as well. But hope you will still enjoy it. And yeah, for now, enjoy this video. Hello, we're back. Shark and Hummingbird episode 2.
Dos.
I think we're going to do a format now that we're just going to record and release a video every 2 weeks, hopefully, depending on how time works out. But yeah, let's start off with our drinks today. So last time we talked about having cocktails, we got some this time. So we have some very pretty orange and blue cocktails here, inspired by the game Portal, because that's what we're gonna play today. So yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
But I feel like we have...
Oh no, we've destroyed the...
I was gonna say appropriately colored drinks. My favorite color is orange.
My favorite color is blue, actually.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure. I know I asked you before, and it was like...
You did? I don't remember. But, very good. Very appropriate on so many levels.
I wasn't sure if it was like something weird, like black. I mean, not that black is a weird color. Black is a perfectly fine
Black is not a color, technically. Let's be real here. Anyways.
But it's just like, it's not... Usually when you ask somebody, hey, what's your favorite color? Like, it's usually like blue or green or red or something.
That's true. Blue's like really common.
I hardly hear anyone say like black or brown or white or gray or anything.
I've never,
like that.
to be fair, I've never heard anyone say brown.
Also, today's date.
I forgot it already. Is it the 2nd of May? Yes, May 2nd.
Cool.
Cool.
Alright, so anything exciting on your side? Something you're excited about that you want to report on?
Excited about. I thought about this all week. I still have nothing. Oh, my PI said that maybe if I'm really, really good, I can defend at the end of this year, the beginning of next year.
Yay.
But I don't know if that makes me excited or like terrified of the future. But I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. Maybe like I will hopefully defend one day. The thousands of mice that have died for this, their lives will not have been in vain.
That's good.
Hopefully. What about you?
Let's see. In our last video, I mentioned the NA-LCS finals. Cloud9 did win, as expected. It was really cute. They had like their manager, their like staff or whatever, they brought in like some confetti and whatnot to shower the players with after they won. The team owner, Jack, brought in the trophy. Now, I did find out, or at least reading from some stuff on the internet, that the trophy was from Cloud9's previous victory way back in maybe like 2013 or something. He brought that in. It was like, just symbolic, like, hey, you guys won, here's the trophy, and then they were like taking pictures with it, and the players all happened to drop the trophy.
All of them?
Yes, they all let go of the trophy, and it fell to the ground and broke.
It broke? Oh no! Did it break the first time, or was it just like the culmination of every single player dropping this trophy?
No. It was, they hoisted it all together,
Oh,
and
no.
then they all let go of it together.
Oh no!
Or something like that, and then it fell and broke.
Well, that's some teamwork till the very end.
Yes.
It coordinated that destruction.
So yes, that is an update from that. But I am excited about, I just blanked on the name for a second. Legends of Runeterra, which is League of Legends card game that they came out with. Now, I was playing the beta for a little bit, but they've officially launched. They have a bunch of new cards added. It's very exciting. So, yeah, it's pretty much it.
Yeast finally arrived. Yeast. Did we mention yeast last time?
No.
No, we didn't mention yeast, but yeast was a defining trouble in my life, maybe your life. It definitely haunted me. I went to, I swear, in 2 different states, at least 5 different chains to find yeast, dry active yeast. But there's like a critical yeast shortage throughout the nation, or maybe just in New York and New Jersey. And there's no yeast anywhere. No yeast. I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. So for many, many weeks, we searched for yeast, and we finally had to get it mailed in by your parents from Ohio.
Yes.
So,
Thank you, Mom.
3 states.
And so with that yeast, we baked some focaccia bread. My favorite.
It was beautiful. We had some technical difficulties. I melted an N95 mask in the oven. I filled his entire house with smoke. I made him evacuate so he could breathe and not die. But then we make the focaccia bread anyways, and we haven't died from eating it. The next update is just going to be like our obituary running through the screen.
No. Knock on wood. There's no
wood. We're doomed.
Drywall.
Drywall? My arm is too short. What was the most recently we baked? Pie.
Yes.
Pie, lemon meringue pie. I had meringue for the first time. It tastes like marshmallows. I have no idea what goes to marshmallows. They're just like magic. But weird magic, because I only like them in s'mores, actually. Which we have also made. I thought it would be crunchier. Like, I've seen the Great British Bake Off when they make, like, the meringue challenge. They, like, build things out of meringue. Like, there was this lady who was making a swan, and she was, like, super tragic because her, like, swan neck broke. And she was like, oh, no, my meringue!
Let's do a follow-up on Digimon, since we talked about that last episode. So, as it turns out, Digimon Adventure with a colon, as it is officially titled,
No.
I believe.
No.
In parentheses 2020. Digimon Adventure 2020 is currently on hiatus due to all the coronavirus stuff happening in the world, unfortunately. So there's only 3 episodes out, so we did watch episode 3, and we can only judge it based on the first 3 episodes so far. Again, spoiler warning if you care. So what happened in episode 3?
All I remember is the laws of physics were broken. I think. Yes, it was
Okay.
so memorable,
Okay,
man. That
okay.
missile.
So yeah, in episode 2 we were left off with the missile heading towards Tokyo, and then in episode 3, after Omnimon defeats this virus, I guess they're able to like hack into the missile to reroute the missile, which is sort of what I was expecting for it to happen. Although they worded it weirdly, they're like, we have no choice but to like explode this missile. But the way it was animated was the missile went, it like gets to the bottom of the screen and takes a sharp U-turn back the other way.
Did it take a U-turn or did it just like flip magically the other direction? I think it flipped. It was just like, and it comes back the exact. It's not like a gentle. It's like, and it comes back the exact trajectory it came from. And I was just like, why is this happening? What is happening? But it doesn't go like all the way back to like the ocean or wherever it came from. It just like goes a little bit and then goes, and everyone's like, oh no, our phones momentarily stopped working. Tragedy.
Oh.
Was there anything more important than the missile? Oh, the world at the very end. The world.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I think that were important. We met Joe.
That's true.
And Sora. I guess Joe was only briefly seen being like,
but his voice was
a
heard.
camp counselor, and they actually talked to Sora. So we have not met Mimi yet. She's the last person that we haven't met.
They've already saved Tokyo, and they haven't introduced Mimi yet.
But so they did meet Joe and Sora at camp. The thing that started the whole show in the first original Digimon, where they go to camp. Now they've gone to camp, but nothing happens at camp.
They went
Absolutely
to camp
nothing.
for literally like 4 seconds. And then you see them on a bus coming back, and I'm like, are they leaving camp? Yes,
the only
leaving
thing
camp.
they did at camp was talk to Sora,
Yep.
and then you see Joe. But regardless, we see the final scene is Tai and Izzy in the digital world. They're like, this is not what it looked like last time, and you actually see like a lake and like grass. Was there grass?
There was like some kind of greenery.
trees, something, mountains maybe.
In the distance.
I don't know, whatever. It looks like a real world. It's what we originally expected.
Yes.
But they do address specifically, this is not what it looked like last time, so they're going to have to explain why this digital world now looks like this and not like the other thing.
Regardless of why they say that, I'm pleased. This was like the one like big points earner for me in this episode. I was just like, what's happening? Why is this missile? Where's Mimi? But then they show the digital world and I was like, okay, I sort of forgive you for that terrible, terrible like cybernetic Tron world that you showed us for the past 2 episodes.
It's going to be a while before we get to see more of the revamped digital world here, so we will continue reserving our judgment, I guess.
I don't know, my judgment's pretty... Who knows, when they come back, I might be like, oh my god, this is the best thing since sliced bread.
I mean, I could see it being like, how do we form Omnimon again? And they just can't. And then they're like, why can't we do this?
Okay, fair.
And then Tai will be like, Agumon, you must, or Greymon, you must digivolve more. And then he becomes Skull Greymon.
And then character development happens, actual character development.
Anyway, that's Digimon. Give it a watch if you haven't checked it out yet, and see what you think.
It's actually not that bad.
Let us know if we're being too harsh.
I mean, it was entertaining. It's just more fun to make fun of it just because of this!
Let's see, anime. We also finished the first season of Ascendance of a Bookworm.
I liked it. There's this girl, she's really into books. She started working in the library, but she dies because she's crushed underneath a pile of books. Yes, I'm pretty sure she was crushed by books.
Doesn't really matter.
The books that she loves. And then she reincarnates by like host-like possessing the body of a sickly young child in a fantasy world. But there are no books here, so she has this obsessive quest to like make books. But there's a lot of steps involved. Like she first has to like make paper, like learn the glyphs for numbers or whatever, and raise herself out of abject poverty. All good things.
Basically, Ascendance of a Bookworm is Ascendance of a Bookworm is an isekai if Dr. Stone was an isekai and Senku was a girl whose only obsession was books.
Okay, that's true.
And it's cool because like they have to go through like all the steps, and it's something that I actually like a lot about Dr. Stone is like they have to progress to like first we need to get this thing, but to get this thing we have to first build these parts or like discover this chemical or whatever, and it's pretty cool. It's also weird that in the Ascendance of a Bookworm they're like 5.
The characters are really mature for 5-year-olds. Like it makes sense for her because she's technically a university student who has possessed the body of a dead 5-year-old or something. But her like best friend, love interest person is also a 5-year-old boy, but he has the maturity of like a 30-year-old man. He's like, I forgive you. I'm the one person in this like entire world who recognizes that you are not the original girl of this world. Her own family, she's like, wow, she seems more active and suddenly she's a genius, but it's okay, I love her anyways. And this dude is like 5 and he's like, something's terribly wrong. I don't know if I can trust who you are. But then they make up because he's a mature 5-year-old.
They like start their own business kind of deal. I guess they're like through this.
They get a mentor. They find this other merchant person who gives them a test. Like, if you can make like amazing paper, then I'll accept you as my apprentices. So they go through like a long journey where the main character, remembers all the steps to making paper, and they build a paper prototype. They're like, wow, this will like turn the parchment industry on its head, and oh god, this. I still think she should have gone to the printing press first, but she makes the paper is incredibly lucrative. Along with all the other things, she makes pins. The pins are really lucrative. She makes them like nice baskets lucrative. She remembers how to make cakes. Sugar products are lucrative. Like, she's just spouting money ideas everywhere, and everyone's like, I'm waiting for movable type, yo.
The other major important point is that mine has this disease or this curse type of thing, this magical disease curse thing called the Devouring. And basically the Devouring is like if you're not a noble and you have mana, because in this world noble people have mana and can do magic, but peasants and lower class people cannot. So like she has all this mana like bursting out of her, and it's causing her to be sick. So at the end of the first season, I guess 2 years have passed since the beginning of the story. Once you become 7 in this world, you do like your baptism thing, and everybody has to like go into the church. Well, first she like sees a library. She finally a real library with books in this church, and then so she's like, how do I get to touch these books, because it's behind like this magical barrier? And they're like, oh, you have to become a worker of the church. And so she's like, I want to do that. So she goes and talks to like the head priest or the high priest. There's both a high priest and a head priest.
I forget which one's the old person, which one's the guy with the blue hair.
Yeah, basically there's this old man who at first seems like a really jolly Santa Claus like guy.
Oh, you have to tell them about his like terrible transformation from like, oh ho ho, like a little girl to like, oh, peasants. You didn't say that you were from a poor family. This is an order. You have to work for us now. Like, leave me, commoners.
He's like, I don't know, the prospector from Toy Story 2.
Okay,
right?
The one you mean, like he seems so jolly, but he's
right.
actually super evil.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mine like goes into like this trance or whatever that the devouring just like takes over her body, and like she has this magical power that she's got. Like
she basically force chokes the head priest. High priest. She force chokes the high priest.
Yeah, and then the head
Darth
priest.
Vader style.
She doesn't hold out her hand like that.
Whatever. It's the same thing where she's like, I find her like face. This happens, and then he's like dying.
And they live happily ever after. Yay! The next season is gonna like be more about like her life in the church and like what's actually gonna happen, and how she's eventually gonna get to hopefully read books, and maybe she's still gonna make books, because I think she still wants to do that. Overall, it's a fun show.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Highly recommend, especially if you're looking for more things to watch and you haven't checked it out yet. Speaking of more things to watch, we watched some reality competition shows this week.
I love reality competition shows.
So first we watched a few episodes of a show called Forged by Fire.
It's so good. I highly recommend. Oh my goodness.
Basically, it's like Chopped. If you don't know what Chopped is, it's just a cooking show.
So it's like a short form show. Instead of having like a bunch of contestants that go all the way to the end over the course of many episodes, there's a winner every episode is basically what happens.
Instead of cooking, they make weapons.
Yes.
Stuff I've never heard of before.
Like the thing with the hands. I don't know how to describe it. They're like...
Oh, it's like, it has two crescents.
There's like a crescent here and a crescent there. And
in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
yes.
Apparently.
I'm almost certain that some anime character other uses it. I recognized it when I saw it. I was like, oh, that thing!
And they give you like a little tidbit about like, oh, this weapon was used in West Africa or whatever, that originally used as like to like shear the crops or whatever. It was then modified to be used by like these warriors.
And it's cool that I haven't seen them before. I thought they were like, oh, like a katana or something, blades that people already know. But no, they're like random things. The contestants were, especially the people who had these, but it's like, what is this? And it's cool, and they're like, oh, how do you like forge this? I don't know. Like, I had never considered like, how do you like turn a bit of metal? Like, there was one dude who split one piece of metal into two curves. And then there are different ways. I didn't realize how like the different ways that you like combine metals or fold the metals creates these really intense rippling patterns in the blade. Okay, wait, we have to like back up a little bit in like the format of the show. So the first set of rounds is they're in the kind of metalworking forge or whatever that's like part of the studio, and they have to make like a small weapon with like a strange material or whatever. It's usually like a dagger or a small knife or something like that within some kind of time frame, and it's tested like with a hardness test or whatever.
So like sometimes they have to like chop into like an antler, so they just have like this antler here, and then the guy takes the knife and like goes chop 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 10 times, and then they're like, did this dull your blade? And then they're like, oh look, it's bent here now, and like, or whatever.
Or chipped or whatever. And then the second part is they let the contestants go home to their home forges, and they have to build like some kind of historic weapon, like a claymore, or like that weird African blade, or that curvy crouching tiger blade. All the judges are very special people, and they're like, what, like two of them are into forging weapons. Like one is like recreate. One is, I think, just like a master blacksmith or something, and one is like really accomplished at recreating like historical weapons, and the third guy is like a blade martial artist person. And so the hardness tests are done by these like first two like blacksmiths, and they're just like these burly men, and they're just like paragons. They just take the knife and they're just like
when they have like the bigger swords at the end, like the final challenge, there's usually always a kill test.
Okay, what's the guy's name?
I forget his last name, but his first name is Doug.
Doug? Okay, I was like, damn, it's a D name of some sort. So he's like this like Asian-y looking like martial arts master, also pretty buff.
I think his last name is Markaida.
Yes. He has a catchphrase. He has this like thing where they either have like an entire dead pig, they have a lot of dead pigs, or like a ballistics dummy where they like have organs filled with blood just for like more dramatic, like it has like the skeleton and like livers and hearts and whatever, and the guy just takes whatever blade and he just goes and just like attacks either the pig or the ballistics dummy.
He does a bunch of like cool like martial arts like swirling and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I think there's like a method to his madness.
Because there's two guys at the end and he tests each of their weapons, and the motions he does look exactly the same for both tests. Like he knows what he's doing. He's not just like the Star Wars, Star Wars guy meme from a long time ago?
Wait, no.
Or Star Wars kid, whatever. He like has like a broom or something. He just like spins it around.
I do not know this.
No? Okay. Doug legitimately knows like what he's doing. He has like, he's testing like specific like, seeing like how it lacerates this way or that way or whatever.
This is the moment that makes the show worth it. It's because like he looks really joyful while he's doing it too. So he's like ha 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 ha, and then like, and the blood's going out this ballistics dummy. There's two different criteria: can this blade cut and can this blade kill? But not just kill, can it keel? He has, I don't know where he's from, but he has this amazing accent, and he says kill like keel. So after he does this like hacking away at the dummy, he like turns to the competitor, and the dummy's just like leaking blood everywhere, and he goes.
He says something like slightly different each time, but
yes,
whatever.
Like,
it's like
indeed, your sword will keel. He does this like slight bow. He has like crazed smile. Like, will keel, it will cut, and it's like
blade will cut.
And he has the great explanation where he just like shoves his entire like forearm into like the laceration, because there's usually like one cut that goes like kind of through here, and he's always like, your blade has broken the ribs and punctured the heart. You can see that it goes all this, his arm is just like shoved up into this pig or this like person, and then there's always a cut down here too. Sometimes like it hits like, I'm assuming it's the liver, it's like a dark red organ, and the blood goes and he just like it's bleeding all over his arm. He just sticks his arm in there. It's like, you have like lacerated straight through the abdomen. Then he like turns around and goes, your blade will keel. I'm like, yes, it's clear, like gushing blood. Your arm is covered in it. But it's so
I've never heard him say it will not, or it will not kill or not cut. There's the one guy who like it didn't cut through like
there was like a rope maze,
so
and
for
like
the cut test they have like these ropes, and then one of the guy's blades got like caught on the rope, and then but it cut through some of them, so he's like, not as well, but your blade will still cut.
He's a nice man. Like, he could probably kill you with all the things he's holding, but he cares about your feelings deeply, and that's like the mark of a true man and martial artist. But anyways, he's the best part of the show. So good.
You know what else I enjoy about that show?
What?
They put like red dust in like a lot.
Oh yes, like in the punching bags and stuff. Because when you like stab the punching bags.
And then they do like the slow-mo shot, and it's just like whoosh,
yeah.
Explosion of red dust.
They know how to be dramatic. I appreciate that. They have like a real flair for drama. Actually, I love all the judges. That second judge, the historical weapons master person. So he's also this like brawny man, just kind of gruff, and he's like elderly with the mustache.
He looks like Colonel Sanders.
He kind of does, but he's so dapper. Like his mustache is like impeccably styled all the time, and
because he's Colonel Sanders.
I mean, Colonel Sanders, I don't know, he doesn't have the same pizzazz because he has like multicolored rainbow ties and like silvery metallic vests, and he's still wearing that as he like takes your sword and just like at like the antler or whatever it is. Oh, does he do the test where there's like 500 apples in a row and he goes whoosh, and all the apples just like halves of apples just fly everywhere, and they're like, wow, this is like a beautiful edge. And he like examines the blade and he's like, yes, like it has perfectly cut through the apples with no damage. And there's melons, there's the melon thing and the watermelon that had to be whoosh. It's like Fruit Ninja. He is the Fruit Ninja. Colonel Sanders Fruit Ninja.
Ninja Sanders.
They're kind of mean because they do the sharpness test after they do the hardness test. So they've like hacked away at this wood or this antler. The blade is like chipped, or sometimes if the blade edge is really sharp, it'll curl the edge a little bit because it's had so much impact and it used to be like a really like soft, sharp point. And so now it can't cut through the apples. And they're like, oh no, your blade is no longer sharp. Like, of course it's no longer sharp. It's been through so much. And also the loser has to turn in their blade, like, please, like, instead of, like, on the cooking shows, you, like, hand in your apron, and, like, they give the apron, and they, like, walk away. They're like, hand in your blade, the blade you just spent 5 days forging, like, in fire, with, like, your blood, sweat, and tears, like, goodbye, not only do you lose your blade, like, goodbye forever.
Did you just do something that one of the contestants on the show would do?
What did I do?
They always, like, make puns and, like, references to things.
Oh, the title drop. Oh, no. I watched too many episodes. Oh, my God.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I think it was originally on the History Channel, but you can watch it on Hulu. So, that's
the type of history that matters. Oh, man.
We also essentially binge-watched all of a show on Netflix called Blown Away.
Also so good for different reasons.
Another reality competition show. This one, the format's slightly different. They have 10 contestants. They eliminate one person every week until they end up with one final winner. This one is for blowing glass. Also a lot of fire involved.
So much fire. It's so cool.
Admittedly, I did not like the way they edited that show. Like,
yeah,
it was also like they used 20-minute episodes, or like 22 to 24-minute episodes. So like because they had a shorter time block, like I feel like they cut out a lot of stuff. But I did really enjoy like seeing the people's finished glass pieces.
So
those
good.
were very pretty.
I mean, you had like really specific complaints because some of the things the glass blowers do, you have no idea what it means. Like, what is this tool? Why are they sticking it in this bucket? What is it in that bucket? Why is there a column of flame? Like, who knows? But they don't really explain it. Sometimes they have this tiny little white caption on like the very corner of the screen where they're like, this tool, like name of tool for cutting glass. But that comes up like 2 episodes after they've been like cutting glass with this tool for like hours and hours. And like, I'm like, okay, now I know, but I didn't know for like 2 episodes. And also you were like, it's in the same font. Like, this explanation is in the same font as they have like the contestants' names or other things. So it's like really hard to distinguish any of the information.
Then, like, after the judges evaluate all the pieces, then they bring the contestants in, and then they talk to the contestants. They're like, tell us about your piece. It's like, why don't they just do it all in, like, one step together? Sometimes, like...
just skip people.
Yeah, they'll skip people, and you're still, like, this piece is very, like, abstract, and the judges, when they evaluated, didn't explain, like, what it was supposed to be, and then they didn't include, like, the part where the judge is asking the contestant about what it's supposed to be, so you don't actually know what it is. So, like, certain things like that I feel like were edited kind of weird. It's still fun to watch. You learn a little bit about glass blowing.
It's a good show. It gets by on the strength of, like, the glass is really cool, the techniques are really cool. So the fact that they edited it badly is just, like, a missed opportunity. It doesn't actually, like, make it unwatchable. Also, going back to Forged in Fire, even if you don't watch it, you should just look up compilation videos of Your Blade Will Keel. It's amazing. And there are many YouTube compilations. I have checked. It's important to me.
It reminds me of the chairman from Iron Chef.
Beer!
Yes, that one specific one.
Okay, the way he says beer when he's announcing the secret ingredient is the best. He, like, does, like, 7 backflips, and then he's like, the secret ingredient is beer! I love it so much.
Basically, if you don't know Iron Chef, it's another cooking show.
But it's like the new Iron Chef.
And they have to cook with a secret ingredient every week. So they have this quote-unquote chairman who... He's actually an actor, but, you know, they pretend...
Oh, is that what he is?
Yeah. They pretend like he's, like, the nephew of, like, the guy who founded the show or whatever.
That's a lie?
Yeah. There's a lot of things in the Iron Chef that's a lie.
Oh, no! My dreams! Why would you do this to me? I'll never look at him the same way again.
There's a lot they lie about in the Iron Chef, but yeah, so he's just like very dramatic and like I guess he also has like martial arts trainings and like whatever. So yeah, he does like flips and stuff, and then he always like Oh yeah, he always like has like a bell pepper or something that he takes a bite out of, and then he announces the secret ingredient. Basically, there's also a compilation of him of like a bunch of secret ingredients that he announces.
That's
and,
also
like,
really worth
they're
watching.
all really dramatic, except like beer is like the next level. So like it's like cheese, and then he's like beer or
So
whatever.
the beer clip is like really long. He stretches out, so there's like 20 E's in the word. It's amazing.
Well, anyway, that was our show. Thank you for watching. You know what? I don't think we said this last time, but the standard YouTube stuff. Remember to like and subscribe.
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
thing.
Hit the bell or something. I don't know what YouTubers say. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. No one wants to subscribe to us. That's fine. You don't have to. Don't worry about it.
I don't.
You look even more confused now.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember their actual spiel. I don't like, subscribe, whatever.
But yes, please support us in whatever way you wish to support us, and remember to stay safe, wash your hands, stay healthy, do some exercise, don't die. Shark and Hummingbird signing out. So like, if it's like some sort of fish, like, I don't know, tuna, he'll be like, the secret ingredient is tuna.
Oh no! Oh no! But yes, that's the appropriate level of drama.